You know, I mean, I'm not working class anymore, I suppose. You know, my fucking hotel room's got 2 stories. I thought I'd gone in the wrong room. I fucking had to ring up my agent. I went, this isn't right.
Yeah, so episode 1 revolves around a stolen Shetland pony.
Yeah.
I think when people watch the show, they're going to think, where the hell do they get their ideas from? Yeah. So, where the hell do you get your ideas from?
Right, well, it's a show loosely based on a lot of truths. So a lot of the stuff has happened, but it's been embellished for the sake of TV, you know. So I can't get into the what is from what isn't real for obvious reasons. We were laughing at the other day because eventually I might need a visa, and so I don't want to. I've got to be careful, and also people were involved, and you know, you just don't do that. You don't talk. So it's bad enough that I've put it on national TV. So I can't really divulge what's real from what isn't, but it is. It's all based on truth, and a lot of the characters you see have been inspired at least by real people. So yeah, there is an element of we were just talking about this actually, me and Danny the writer, and you know the amount of ideas we have, and how you know eventually we'll run out, and we want to be able to leave the show, you know, like Fawlty Towers is just everybody loves it. It's a global success. They did 1 season. And so it's really, people think of it very fondly, you know. And then you can get these comedies and they just rinse them for all it's worth. And it's dried up, it's gone. The magic has gone. All good things come to an end. And you've got to know, you know, I remember I used to have this art class in school. It was like the only fucking class I enjoyed doing, really. And this lady, Mrs. Skerlock, I remember her leaning over once and saying, you've got to know when a painting's finished. It's just as important to know when it's done. Leave it where it is.
Obviously, this time out, it's the first run and you've got all these ideas kind of spinning around. How did you decide which ones were right for kind of introducing the show?
This is the thing, because a lot of them are based on actual truth, you don't really get to decide which ones you want. I have to be, I'm trying to do a bit of a commentary on partly autobiographical show, really, and so you don't really get to pick and choose too much because these things have kind of happened. So like, and it's not like I have a surplus of criminal jobs I've been involved in. So it's more the order that we wanted to put the eps in, which was important, and the sort of capers we were getting up to, and breaking the series up so that it stays fresh and interesting. So that they're not just constantly robbing shit all the time, you know. So, you know, and obviously some of these, let's not go there actually, I've caught myself yet. Yeah.
You've said that you're showing the sort of town that we don't often see on TV. Was that something you were very much aware of from the start, or was that something you realised after that you'd kind of shone a spotlight on this different kind of community?
Absolutely. No, I always, this was always our intention, you know, there's a lot of working class towns all over, especially the northwest of England, and I feel like they are forgotten about on TV. I mean, like it's quite a big underserved audience and we wanted to show a new side of, you know, every depiction for me anyway. A lot of the time whenever we depict the working class, it's kind of dreary and miserable. We show this very bleak existence, and you know, it's just bullshit. A lot of the people, some of the happiest people I know have got nothing and have never left Chorley, and they're perfectly content with what they've got. And I can't tell you how much I envy them. You know, I want everything. I want it all. I fucking want it now and all. You know, I do. I do. And those people are happy with what they've got. Can you imagine that? How lovely that must feel, and how lucky those people are. You know, they don't get caught up in the bullshit. They stick to their own and just get on with it. It's not about possessions, it's about having each other and loving one another, you know. Not everyone's got the start in life, you know, and I think a lot of people, they don't realise that. I was in an Uber the other day, and we were talking, this homeless man's having a sleep outside the front of the apartment I live in, the flat, and this man says, you know, these people, they're given opportunities and they don't use their opportunities. I said, that's just fucking nonsense, you lunatic. Like, That's such a bloody stupid view. Like, you have absolutely no idea what that poor lad's been through. You don't know the start he's had in life, and so you have no right to comment on his journey. Absolutely none, sat in your fucking fancy car in a perfect white shirt. What the fuck do you know? Like, and this is the trouble, you know. Not everyone's had a great start, and some people just have to make do with the best they've got. And that's kind of what Brassic is. It's an unapologetic commentary on what it can be to be working class, you know.
Is this why it was important to have Michelle Keegan's character Erin the way she is? Because she's someone who's doing everything she can to make her life better. She's got a lot of drive.
Absolutely. She's another symbol. She's a symbol of many young women, single parent families, single mothers on their own. They're heroes. They're my heroes. I see them young girls pushing them prams and they've been left. The men have fucked off. And they have to raise this child, look after themselves, keep the fucking house clean, do the job. They're fucking heroes is what they are.
As you mentioned, there's also a mental health element to the show. Was that something that was like an integral agreement right from the start as well?
Absolutely it was, yeah. I mean, my mental health is fucked. I mean, I'm a lunatic, dude. I really struggle. I'm never one way or another. I'm either down here or up there, and when I'm in the middle, I'm just fucking bored, you know. And so I wanted to be very honest. And when I say I wanted to expose myself, I'm not talking about me now, but I wanted to show everybody what it is to really suffer live with the condition of bipolar. I mean, to be honest, sometimes you are, of course you are suffering it because you get fucking depressed. But, you know, I wanted to be very, very honest and make it as autobiographical as I possibly could. And I would say that the mental health side of things is the most honest part of the show. That's what you're seeing, even down to the medicine that we talk about with Dr. Chris. That's the exact medicine I take. That's what I have to take every evening to keep myself stable.
Is it harder for you personally to look after your mental health now that you're not just acting on a show, but you're the co-creator and steering it creatively?
It can be difficult.
Does that make things harder for you?
Yeah, it can be. In all honesty, I'd love to sit here and go, no, I've got to... you know, I'm still learning. Anyone with mental health knows that it's a very slow road that you're on, and working yourself out and knowing what you need. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I love the pressure. I love the sacrifice. I feel very, very lucky and humbled by the whole experience. But, you know, it is very difficult. And so I do have days. We've been joking about it today. I have these days where I have a fucking meltdown, and I'm so lucky that I've got this team that really, they don't always like me, but I know they love me. I know they do, just like family. Yeah, man, it can be difficult. Mornings are often quite hard. I take my medicine in the morning, and often it can kind of knock me for 6 for the first few hours. I struggle to sort of come out the haze of this medicine, and as it starts to balance out, I can feel it happening, and I sort of come to for a little while, and then it'll wear off and start going downhill again, you know. It's up and down all day long. So, and, you know, and coupled with a big job and steering the ship to some degree. And also I've got this terrible hang-up that I'll be underestimated, you know, speaking to the different journalists, wanting them to understand that I'm not just an actor on this. This is a big part of this journey. And I don't want to be underestimated. It's really important to me. I've got other ideas which I also think are good and worth hearing. Danny doesn't. Well, he does know it. I've fucking peppered his head. I've wrote this film in my head, and he's not finished Brassic yet. Before I'm fucking pestering him to write another one. But that man, I can't speak highly enough for Danny and David Livingstone, Danny Broccolis, David Livingstone. They're some of my best friends in the world, and they really, genuinely really care about me and have taken the time to really understand the man I am and do a lot of forgiving. I say, oh, fucking hell, I'm hard work. Yeah.
When the show launches, it's going to launch like as a box set, all in one go. Will you be nervous that day?
Absolutely.
And will you be like going on Twitter to see what people?
Not on Twitter, no. I don't do any of that social media bullshit. But of course I'll be nervous. You know, it's a story about my upbringing and the man I've become, And if people don't like it, I mean, I am pretty fucked. I mean, like, you know, I've really fucking put my neck on the line. I feel like it anyway. Talking about it right now, I've got a chest pain. I'm not even kidding. My fucking ribs. Feels like my heart's breaking ribs, you know, thinking about it. Really, it does. We've worked so hard and we've sacrificed so much, and I've been that honest that I feel like if it doesn't go well, you know, I don't know what I'll bloody do.
What do you want ideally people to take from it, other than to laugh?
I want you to, you know, we're going through a very difficult time here in the UK with, especially the working classes. I think everyone's really suffering, and it's fucking bleak and miserable. TV is bloody miserable. Christ. I just want you to come home after a long day and turn off. And I said this last night during a Q&A. I want you to want to be a part of our gang. I want you to watch the show, watch them suffer the way they do. They live day to day, and still I want you to wonder what it might be to mix with those kind of people. The love we have for one another, that's what I want. You know, it's not necessarily the lifestyle, it's the love and care that they all have for one another. Not, you know, we have, no one's judged, no one's too strange to be a part of that group. It's just about having a good heart. If you've got that, you belong, you know. But yeah, I think if you were to take anything away from it, I want you to want to be a part of it. I want you to want to be working class. I don't want you to look at the working classes and go, that looks fucking awful. Like, because it ain't all that bad. We get by, you know. I mean, I'm not working class anymore, I suppose. You know, my fucking hotel room's got 2 stories. I thought I'd gone in the wrong room.
Well, yeah, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me. Give me a love. Come here, give me a hug. No,
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure, mate.